In part 1 of How to Start a Career on Super Yachts, we looked at vocational opportunities, how a yacht crew is structured, training required, and what qualifications you need to start a job on board. In part 2 we will look at the recruitment process, what happens once you get the job offer, and what life will be like on board, plus perks of the job and salaries. Recruitment. Initially, very few yachts deal directly with crew members seeking employment. They prefer to use agencies to advertise the job on their behalf. Agencies send suitable candidates' details to the yacht, and if interested, the boat usually makes direct contact with the candidate. This can be anyone from the chief engineer to sometimes even the captain, depending on the position you are applying for and the size of the yacht. The yacht industry is a very secretive place, and details are scarce when a job is advertised through an agency. You will only see basic details of the position, and you won't be told the yacht name until you are shortlisted. Interview process. When you are contacted by the yacht, you will usually have one or more telephone or Skype interviews.
Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself.
Recruitment usually happens quickly, as most positions arise when a crew member resigns, often when due back on board after a leave period. This means the boat is in a rush to recruit a new crew member, and you may be asked your availability, i.e. how much notice you need to give before joining. So your sea training and medical certificates need to be up to date to avoid losing out. I just need to do my firefighting course, or I'm just waiting for my passport to come back, could be the difference between getting a job or not. Also, make sure you have digital copies of all your certificates and passport so you can send them to the boat and agency. They will ask. What happens once you get the job? If you are offered the job, you will be sent a contract via email. This will have boat-specific information in it, such as ship standing orders, drinking and drug policy, internet policy, and a non-disclosure agreement will normally need to be signed. You will usually be put in touch with the purser. The purser deals with all the paperwork that goes with a new employee. He will send you your flight details and a joining letter that informs immigration officials at any airport that you work for the boat. This is rarely needed, but in the event you are stopped, you have proof of employment. Living on board. Does the crew live on board? Yes, that's an actual question I've been asked. Yes, you will live on board, and you will be in a shared cabin with up to 3 people. It may be a $200 million super yacht, but that doesn't extend to the crew quarters. If you are lucky, you will get just one cabin mate, as most cabins are 2 berths. Only a few people get their own cabin, such as the captain, chief engineer, maybe the first officer. Crew areas typically have a crew mess where you eat your meals, and a crew lounge with a TV and maybe a PlayStation, etc. On larger yachts, you may even get a pool table. You will also have access to free toiletries, as you will be on board for long periods and not always able to go ashore to buy new things. Working life. Any yacht will exist in one of 2 states, owner on and owner off. Owner on state is all go. You will be on board usually the entire time the owner is on board, meaning no shore leave. Every department will be fully manned, and you will rise early and go to bed late depending on the itinerary. You may still work a shift depending on your job, but even so, you are on call at any moment. If the owner decides he wants to sail at 1 o'clock in the morning, you are woken and it's all hands on deck. Usually boats are dry during owner phases, meaning no alcohol. Owner off state is more relaxed. You will still work a shift, and it will be, depending on your job, either mostly cleaning, deckhands, or maintenance, engineering. The captain will be at the golf course.
Get in the hole!
Shifts will usually finish on time, and you may even get a day off at the weekend. If the boat buys it, some don't, alcohol will be allowed on board. Also, shore leave will be granted, and you can go ashore after your shift finishes.
Come on, Davey!
Perks of the job. Obvious perk is the travel. You will be flown into wherever the boat is. If the boat is transiting or tied up waiting to be called on, you'll get the chance to see the place in your time off. At times, access to the boat's toys is possible, so jet skis, speedboats, scuba gear, etc. on some yachts. Salaries. Starting salaries for deckhands can be from €2,000 to €3,000 per month. Once you get experience, it can rise even further. For engineers, it's roughly the same, although maybe a little lower for your first yacht, depending on your yachting experience. Housekeepers and stewardesses will start about €1,800 working their way up. Remember, UK crew pay no tax. Most salaries are paid in euros or dollars.